Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Hi, it's been a while. Let me get a 5x5 when we move forward because StreamYard, they play like that. See, it just popped up on my end. So I don't know how long they have heard us.
Yeah. I think I just got
And
it
then I'll
too.
go see who we got in here. See, my StreamYard is glitching right now. 5x5. Thank you, Miss Sharon. Miss Sharon's in charge, all that. Y'all know the routine. You're going to have to put it in caps if you want to talk directly to us and if I miss it, throw it back down there. I'm sorry. Let's see who we got in here because we got a lot to talk about.
Coffee.
Miss Sharon from the get-go. Dusty, how are y'all? Huckleberry. Miss Sharon, he's when we're doing this, Huckleberry, that's going to have to be your responsibility. Okay, I can't deal with him right on all
What?
this. You're going to have to get on him. Hey, Tony, good to see you. Coffee. If I've missed anyone, I'm so very sorry. I'm trying to go through here. Thank you for the 5x5s. Hey, MJ. Annette,
Laura.
how are you? Good to see everybody. Laura, how are you? I'm glad to see everyone.
Bam's
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. 2026 is, I think it's going to be, the last 5 years have been nothing.
Yeah. I'm in agreement with you.
Mm-hmm. A lot. It's going to, and the thing is, I think it's going to be on way different levels than the levels that we were dealing with the past 5 years.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Seriously. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. The what is it? The rubber's hitting the road. 2026.
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah.
All the verses, all of the prayers, I'm gonna pray for you, all the feel goods, all that. It's time for action. It's time to put it to work. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I mean, from the get-go, Josh, for how many years? Well, this is actually 4 years you and I have been doing this. 4 years ago we did 4 years ago I did my first live with you in Appalachian. And then I started my channel. I started my channel on the 31st. Yeah.
That is wild, Casey.
I know.
It's almost like it's meant to be. Yeah.
But from the get-go, we have been saying I don't even know how many videos and lives you and I did, just us alone. There's plenty of people have talked about it. And we said, number one is you better be prepared spiritually and emotionally, and now more than ever, because I feel like a lot more people are going to fold 2026 than they ever have. And even with the illness that first came out, when all that stuff went on, I think more people, and when I say fold, I mean you're going to falter in ways that you swore you never would.
I agree.
What, TT1?
What up, TT1? And look, I am praying that I'm not one of those people that's going to fold. That's how crazy this is.
I will walk to where you're at, and I'm like, you know better.
That's how crazy this is going to get. Seriously. Yeah. Like, every decision, I'm going to have to be like, wait a minute. Let me just hold on for a second. Let me think about this. Seriously. I'm like, what are you?
Well, I mean, there's a thing, we talk about, be able to, if we're talking about like a self-defense type of thing, you can't think you got to be ready. It's got to be that different instinct. I mean, in the military, LEOs, all stuff. But then, So yes, I'm talking about that. Yep. But then, like other things, you have got to take that moment, and not be reactive, because, again, and I even did a video on that. I don't know how long ago, but too much, more and more people are reactive on their emotions about things that are going on in country. Y'all gonna have to tuck that in.
Legit.
Hey, Florida Man, Vision. Anybody I've missed, I'm sorry. I get over here, but I get spoiled over there. But I appreciate all of you. But I think that I just think that that's going to be a big fight. I mean, I see it right now. We see it right now with people being reactive to their emotions, and it just still feeds in the division, and it's easier for people to be that way than it is for them to stand on that hill alone.
Yeah. Oh man, we're 2026 is just gonna be different, Casey. Look, let's tell them what we're talking about in this live stream. Let's tell them what we're gonna touch on, right? spiritual tools that are going to be needed for survival in 2026. Spiritual tools. Casey.
What? I thought you were talking, sir. Oh, you want me to fill in for you? No, for real. Yes,
4 years.
Do I?
No, you good.
Yeah, the spiritual. I mean, that being sharp spiritually, I think, is number one. That's your first go-to. That's going to be your roots for everything that's going to fall. That's going to come after that. I mean, because we have been saying it's going to come a point through all of this that we are going to have. There's going to have to be moral decision making and hard decision making.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the tools. Vision put up discernment.
We always talk about discernment for years. That was you constantly. I think that's a daily prayer and a daily tool that you have to use because the deception is unreal. And goodness knows it's. I mean, long before AI came about, but now that that's up and about, it's you got to pray through that.
Yeah. Discernment, morality, compassion. Well, we got to tap into these, fam. Because look, I'm gonna be honest with you. 2026, where we're headed, there's gonna be a whole lot less of all of these attributes, and it's gonna be so easy to just throw them away, to just not have to deal with that anymore. The morality, who cares? Yeah. And so us, at least for me, that's gonna be my gauge. If I'm dealing with somebody and they're trying to talk me into something, or they're trying to make me see a viewpoint, and the morality of what they're trying to make me understand isn't there, no, that's not right, bro. Right. I can't buy it.
Right.
Yeah. It's gonna be tough. Venezuela. Yep. Let's Venezuela. Casey, is that moral? Is it a moral war?
No, I think that's a selfish situation.
So look, this is what I'm talking about. Going into 2026, I'm already down one. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's
that's a lot bigger picture. I feel like with Venezuela, that is a green light button for them. Like once that gets to that boiling point, then it's like, okay, let's go for other things. That it's way bigger than just that. And there's way more. It's like that's the front runner for what is behind the real agenda thing. My opinion. Yeah.
Look, there's so many different ways. Look, we're talking about Venezuela. We can talk about the morality of Venezuela. We can talk about how I'm sorry, Casey. What do we the Red Dragon is doing simulations, war game simulations in the Caribbean. Like there's so much stuff going on right now.
I mean, well, we've been saying that it was all going to pop up at once. It was never going to be just one thing like it's been in history before. I think it's going to be a lot more. And, I always tell you, I'm like, well, China's real quiet. So that's the quiet one. It's like in real life too, individuals, I'm like, it's always the quiet ones.
Yeah.
And when they're quiet, I'm like, oh, that's a bigger red flag to me than what we are, because I feel like we're a whole lot of,
what
bark, there's, it's always the person I'm like, we talk too much, it's like, why are you running your mouth so much about things? And I think that's what gets us in trouble. And then to me, that always looks like more of a weakness because you can't sit back and that's what they're doing. Too many people are sitting back and it's like, they're running their mouth on themselves. They're telling on themselves. There are a lot of bark, a lot of flex, and that mouth gets you in trouble later, but it's not, I don't know. I think that's what's going on.
I watched this one general and he was saying, war is your last, it's the last tool in the toolbox that you want to use, because after that, there's nothing else. So what he was saying was the fact that we are interdicting in a lot of different countries, militarily, other countries are seeing how like we really don't have any other options except for war. Like we used to manipulate elections and governments, and you know what I mean? Like U.S. USA Aid. We paid for a lot of things to go our
Right.
way. All that stuff's gone now. So right now it's like I woke up the other day and guess what? We bombed Nigeria. You, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Yeah, it's
And
wild.
then you know the whole thing. They're like, "Hey, U.S. citizens, y'all can't come. Y'all ain't welcome here anymore." And that's
Yeah.
why I tell you all the time. What we talking about? I'm like, we have slapped everyone in their mama in their mouth, and they're going to be like, "Oh, I don't know why everybody hates us now."
Seriously.
I mean, there's a certain level of like respect that kind of goes across the board to say, "Hey, we don't agree on this. We have different takes on this, but let's, you know,
Yeah.
I'm not going to go slash your tires after we had a meeting about something." You know what I'm saying? I mean, and I just
Yeah.
feel like that's constantly going on. It's
Yeah.
coming. And I mean, that's what I'm saying. And let me go ahead and get this out here right now. And
Come
this
on.
is just my opinion. So don't point fingers at Josh or anything. But I mean, what's going to happen is no person is going to stop, change, or alter what has got to happen. We can talk about these things so we're kind of mentally and physically prepared more and kind of know what's coming, because I don't like always to be blindsided, and we are a lot of times in life. But I mean, that's why I still want to, you know, shake the crap out of people and be like, and you're putting all your trust and faith in who to fix and change this? No, that's not going to happen.
Yeah. But look, the good book says the path is going to be narrow and few, which means there's going to be so many people, the overwhelming magnitude, the majority of people are going to go with it.
Of course. Look at how many, and I just say it. I don't care. And if you get offended, well, you know, you're going to be okay. But I'm like, it is that cold mentality. So many people would still rather be like, I will not admit that I was, you know, fooled or anything like that. And that's, look, let's talk about, we need to go into pride. That's all about biblical. And I see that more and more. And but I have said, there's too many people who it is easy for them to say, how I said it before, it's like people don't, a lot of masses don't really want freedom. They just want to you know, pick who's going to be their master. And I see that, and they just, it's a comfort zone for them. No, I don't have to worry about this and be a free thinker and do these things individually. I got this person up here and he's going to take care of us and handle these things. And I mean, so that's your own fault.
Yeah.
I mean, but I still see that.
Yeah,
more and more.
We're in the time period now. Like, it's happening. So I talk to a lot of different people, different races, different ages, a lot of different people. And I'm like, man, I really do think that we're in like the end times, or we're about to tiptoe into it. And some people are like, nah, it happened like 500 years ago, or it hasn't happened yet. Da, da, da. But then a lot of people are like, yeah. And I'm like, look, we got AI now. We got something different. And we get into these guys. I'm like, look, don't worry about the fentanyl. You need to worry about the dopamine, because the planet's addicted to the dopamine at this point.
Right.
And so, I don't know, man. It's AI, the algorithm. Let's tap into that. Can we, Casey? AI, the algorithms. It's changing it's changing humanity. It's changing society. I don't know. It just is.
No, it is. And I mean, look how many, okay, you can start with like really small. Like, how many times do you see a video, Instagram or something like that, and you're like, is that AI? Some you can tell, and you have to almost train yourself differently. This reality thing of picking that out, but it's getting so much more advanced.
Yes.
And the deception that's coming from that. And we always said the AC, the entire, all that type of is 100% is connected to AI. And, people, it's like one of those things like, oh, it could be used for good, but we know that ultimately it's going to be used for evil. But I mean, when we talk about the spiritual side of things, it was something record number. If somebody remembers the article, maybe Huckleberry does, and I sent it to a couple people, it was like pastors and stuff like that. It was like a ridiculous, like 60%. It was something really high.
See?
They used Chat GPT to write their sermons.
See?
Well, if you're not lining it up and you're not writing your sermon out of God's word firsthand, you talk about deception, and it says that all these things are going to happen.
Yeah.
And gosh, let's talk about AI Jesus and all these altar things that are coming out. There's going to come from that. And the best thing to do is, if you're going to have to stay away from it period, and stay in the hard copies. And we talk about hard copies, all kinds of things before of God's word, because the deception is going to be unreal.
Absolutely. So just where we're at with AI and the algorithms, legitimately, bam, could you imagine where humanity would be at right now if we never like tapped into AI, if we never went like totally like cell phones connectivity?
Right.
If we would, could you imagine what we would have been doing right now? Like, I don't know, but
well,
here we are.
Down society so freaking much. It's disgusting. And you know, I think you see how much really, you know, it's always one of those things. It's always presented for good, for growth, for helping, whatever the situation is that they try to roll out, and the evil that comes from it is unreal.
Yes. I was talking to you about this before we went live. Can I just tell them about this? So I pulled up
whatever
research. Right. Me and Casey, we were talking about the spiritual tools that we need to develop, like discernment, like morality, compassion. We're going to tap into this, but we're going to need these tools because that's what's going to separate us. So I was like, let me just Google real quick, top 10 spiritual practices, the tools that will be needed.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And this is what he came up with, fam. This is the algorithm. This is AI. Look, tarot and oracle cards. Your daily intuitive check-in. Look, moon rituals. It's meditation and breath work, crystals and energy. Fam, do you know how many people are looking for like something to get into for 2026 that like aren't religious, they aren't spiritual, and they run into this and they're like, okay, what do I need? Oh, let me get on Amazon and buy some crystals. Let me get the this
witchery. Yeah.
Yes.
And I mean that all the time went all the way back. And remember we talked about a while ago, and I said, that biblical time of when the deception was going so strong with everything during Christ's disciples, everything like that, and the things that they were going to have to go through in his namesake. That full circle, I feel like, is coming back around where we're going into now. It's like your feet are going to be held to the fire to say, are you going to stand strong on God's word? Or what? I mean, I can't even get into it. But the deception of the algorithm of people who are and it becomes this narrow-minded, cultish thing. And you can talk left, right, all you want. Don't come at me with it because I'm gonna hurt your feelings. And the whole different thing is they come and say, well, this side, and that side. And I'm like, look, the right is just as much as what we used to label the left, the lunatic left, right? It's the same. It's the same. And the divisions. These, just go ahead and put it down there as a disclaimer. These are not Josh's opinions.
No, we're good.
Littlal@gmail.com if you want to argue.
We're good. I don't respond to emails. Sorry, guys.
No, he ain't going to answer you anyways.
Emails a lot of work.
It is. I mean, and then, AI doesn't just stop with what the things that we're talking about and that we're worried about and that we have to be on heightened, hyper aware of, that, that we're not deceived and everything. But then like everything that comes with it, like the whole 6G things that's coming. And they said it's like 2030, 2035, that even all our cell phones, everything, 6G, it would be implanted.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
And you're and I think people are gonna have to make that decision. And they've gotten people all these decades, they've gotten them so addicted and out of convenience to say, well, I have to have my phone.
Yep.
Well, I have to have internet. I have to do these things. Okay, well, that's good and dandy. You can have all that, but it's gonna have to be implanted. Your phone, everything will be planted right into you.
Just listening to you, that just made me realize that the MOTB will have something to do with the cell phone, some form of communication and the ability to be successful in life. Look, without my phone, I can't work. You know what I'm saying? I can't. There's so many things that I cannot do without my phone. No. So implementation sounds about right. But there'll come
a point you're going to have to make that choice. You're going to say, am I going to let that old way of convenience in life that I have known it, they've created, and we're all guilty of it, am I going to let this go to say I'm not going to? Look, guys, you cannot falter at the decisions you're going to become face to face with. You better stand strong, and you better, because you're going to be done, and you can't undo that. I'm sorry.
and it's here. Again, we were talking before all this, and I'll try to, you know what I'm saying, mask my words and stuff. But the thing, the the thing, you know what I'm
Yeah, the
saying?
illness. Yeah.
Fam, look, I was praying about it, and it came to me as Trojan horses have already been put in place. I know that sounds
Absolutely.
crazy.
No, I mean, yeah, I agree.
We look, we still don't even know the exact function of that thing. We don't know it. The Trojan horses have been put in place. The algorithms that only feed certain people certain things, that mold certain people for certain things. The Trojan horse is already in place, fam. It's like we're in a fight that we don't even realize that we've been in for like the last 3 or 4 years. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We've been comfortable because they've been winning. But
Yeah.
I think 2026 things are gonna become more kinetic, just more real in your life. There's gonna be more hard decisions. There's gonna be more going against the grain.
Well, I mean, even in the last 5 years, so many things in the mindset, and we all did this, and it was like I'm preparing because I feel like it's going to be XYZ is what's going
Yeah.
to happen and transpire. We're going to have to do, and it's not. Now survival, but there's so much in the last 5 years that happened that they rolled out that we fell right in line and allowed to. It's that smooth, and
Yes.
that's why I think come 2026, like I feel like the last 5 years, it's kind of, even though like so much has happened, I feel like they've had all these trial runs. They've had all these dress rehearsals, and they felt how much push can we get? How much will they do this? And there's a lot, even those who have like, oh, I bucked against the system on this, that
Yeah.
it still fell in line to implement the things that are coming. And I think come 2026 to 2030, it's going to be much harsher, more rapid than what it's been for the last 5 years.
Yeah. Absolutely. Man, we're here. Look, seriously, like almost daily, there's this one moment where like I'm just either I'm working or I'm driving, and I'm like, we're here. Like this is real. Like we're snatching tankers off the Venezuelan coast that belong to other countries. We're bombing Nigeria. We're like, this is real. Like Europe and Russia's about to it's AI. It's there's so many things. And as much as like I'm like flabbergasted at the fact that like we're here, fam. I hope y'all realize we are here. That it reminds me just how tough things are gonna be. Compassion, morality, the spiritual tools, discernment,
Right.
and how I'm not gonna have the option to choose these things. Like it is really gonna come down to, you know what I'm saying? Like this is gonna be like my key for survival moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
And the rubber's about to hit the road, fam. You know, like
And
we talk.
nothing's going to stop what happened. I just think that you have to mentally and spiritually prepare yourself. Of course, we talk about the physical stuff, but as far to say, okay, knowledge is power. I expect these things, and if you read the good book, the answers are all in there, anyways. And you're not going to be so shell shocked. But nothing's going to stop what has to come to pass. And I think that's that thing about standing firm on the things that we've been talking about, because some of the things that are going to come to us, it's going to be like, hey, I can make all this easier. Oh, I can make all this suffering go away. Oh, I can help you out if you do this, if you do this. And you're just going to have to make that decision, say, even if this is what takes me out, I know where I'm going to be, and I have to stand firm in Christ and what I'm supposed to be doing, because it's going to eat you away. I would rather that and my time be cut short because I know where my eternity is than, oh, I extended something for a while and my eternity is awful.
See, I love the comments. Trish in progress. I love the comments, fam. Look, this is scary stuff.
Fear not. That's right.
Yeah, fear not. And when I read that, you know what? The problems are going to come in when you fear not, when you believe in the Bible and the word, and that's where the problems are going to come, fam. Look, if you roll with the crowd, it's going to be smooth sailing. You might make more money. You might be more accepted. You might be popular. You might get more subscribers.
That's how all the devil always comes in everything, wrapped in a bow, and everything you ever wished for, everything you ever wanted. Life is easy and everything's handed to you. That's how it gets so many people. That is that deception.
Yeah.
Seriously. Because it's everything here, whether it's suffering or luxury, easy, whatever, it's temporary.
Yeah.
And I think holding on to that reminder and saying, I may be suffering now, but I won't be, my eternity will be perfect.
Yeah.
I don't know. YouTube is holding comments. I don't know. I see that a lot, that YouTube is holding comments.
Really?
And Miss Sharon's right. It's probably, I don't know. Maybe it means something else to them. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think the way we're going, and we're going to see more. I want to touch on this real quick because we're on that. And we were talking about, we talk about all this discernment. We talk about being biblically grounded and doing what's right. And we talk about a lot of things going on in the U.S. and you brought up Venezuela. I am seeing more and more people who are strong in their faith of everything have lost their humanity. And that is a problem for me. Because you could always be on the other side of that. But I see that loss of humanity, which is that division that's created. It's that deception that's created. But that there is going to, and that is that praying to, we talk about, we come up in certain situations like, Lord, I don't know. Should I, a humanity thing, or am I need to protect myself? Is this a deception? It is praying earnestly for that very clearly. Lord, I need to answer right now because I don't know what to do. And, am I supposed to react this way in humanity, or I need to flip these tables over? But I'm seeing less and less. I see the evil coming out of people that I'm like, I don't even recognize people because their humanity and the thing, I can't even say the things that come out of their mouth on this platform. They'll shut this right down. I'm appalled by that. That's where we're at with a lot of things that are going on here in the U.S. currently.
Yeah, I'm prepared for it. I know that sounds crazy, but the walk's not going to be easy. I understood the assignment. There's only going to be a few. There's not going to be many. And so a lot of times when your ideas and opinions don't jive with everybody else, to me that's almost like I really need to listen to what that person is saying, because it's not
right.
It's just
and up here, Florida Man just said folks are getting out. Yeah, I mean, and all of this will make you more paranoid and worried about, like, can I trust this? Can I trust them? We're mentally exhausted.
Folks are getting what?
They're burnt out. People are burnt out. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I stay exhausted with society, to be real honest. But when you're gonna have to, I think it's that searching yourself of, is this right? Is this right by Christ, or is this right politically? And I think there's that line.
Yeah, and look, this thing is gonna be tough. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's gonna be tough. Casey, a couple weeks ago I was reading what was it? What was I reading? The Miss Sharon, what I was reading?
The removed Bibles, the removed books.
The removed books.
Yeah.
So I went through them, fam. And there's so many like places you could get tripped up, or you could fall, or you could get confused, and they could pull you in. And look, this is really gonna take work. I don't have the Book of Enoch. Thank you. I don't have Lilith, the Book of the Giants, the Book of Jasher.
If you're not grounded 100%, don't read those books. If you don't know God's word and you're grounded in that, that deception could get a hold of you.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful.
Yeah, I ran back to the basics. I gotta get out of here. I ran back to the basics. But I still have that knowledge. But what I'm saying is, we will be bombarded, fam, with the craziest. Yes.
But that's what wears people down. And they're just like, oh gosh, that's why people look for this savior in a human point here, because it's like, I don't know what to do with all this. So can you fix this for me? Can you control this for me? Can you make this, safeguard this for me? And just tell me what to do, because it is. But that is the way that Satan works. And he is the prince of this world.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
What did who's the spiritual advisor? What did she say? If you don't,
y'all don't get me started, because I can go all day and make a lot. So Paula White, y'all can put her name in all caps in there, because I don't care, hashtag it and everything else. That's his spiritual advisor. T-Man brought on. First of all, way before any of that, if you know anything about her, down here in Florida, she is an absolute piece of crap. I said what I said. Anyways, and this is on quotations. She just did this thing. She came out and said, in quotations, she said, saying no to Trump is like saying no to God. Woo! She didn't blow up and catch on fire. Oh my Lord. But do you see the spontaneous combustion on that one? But that idol, that false idol, and I say, people say, oh, he's the AC, he's this and the other. No, but he's definitely set the platform. And I guess because we all wonder, Josh, you and I talk about this all the time. Is it this one? Is it that? And everything. There's many of them because Satan himself doesn't know when God's return is. There's always got to be one on scene, and then there's the final one and whatever.
Yes.
And then all of them kind of play their parts to usher things in. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who it is but they're all ushering in and that thing is coming. But you see this deception and this Kool-Aid drinking cult-like side of him. I don't care if you don't like what I'm saying about it and he's whatever to you. Sorry, but I'm trying to save you past what that cult-like thing is. People, I can see why so many people are like, for somebody to say something like that and the deception that they're getting and the twisting of scripture, if you're not in it yourself and reading it, they are going to lead so many people astray. And I just see like massive, I always picture it in my mind, like these people like, oh, well, they've been Christian all their life. They've been on, and they're just masses of people are jumping off a cliff because that is where it's going.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the discernment. That is the discernment that you need, because I'm telling y'all, fam, there's so many people who are going to take that to the bank. Yeah. No matter what. Look, we were watching this one thing on Netflix. It's called You Can't Ask That. And they ask like all these different like groups of people, like just different groups of people, these questions that like you're always wondering, but you just don't ask them. And so it was like cult. It was people in cults. And I'm not, but they were just asking them these questions like, how did you stay in a cult for 5 years? And they're like, because everybody else was there. All my friends were there. It was comfortable. Like, and you realize that like people are susceptible to these. You make it comfortable and it's all good.
Well, and like, and this is that big thing about loyalty. Like, well, Huckleberry, where you at? Because you may be able to find the verse quicker. If you can't, don't worry about it. I don't know where he may be on the tractor. I don't know where he's at.
Comfort.
There was this thing about like, well, this loyalty, and how many people have these abusive families or whatever. And I'm like, they'll use the Bible verse. Well, you have to honor your mother and father for this and that. Well, okay, but if they're abusive, but it says in there, and Jesus was like, I came to divide households because above your family, above your friends, I've been, I went to pre-K with them. We grew up our whole lives, raised our kids together, whatever. If you better still choose the right side of Christ than the loyalty to your family or friends or whatever. And I think that is where people are going to be put to the test. It does not bother me to sit and eat by myself and stand on a hill by myself. I always fly against the wind. That type of stuff does not bother me. I have no need to feel like I'm accepted and here's my group. I just don't. And that's just my personality. But I'm telling you, those who kind of struggle with that, and I'm not saying anything bad if you do. Everybody's situation, upbringing, whatever you may be fall on that, is going to be tested. That is going to be tested coming up soon. And you're going to have to make that decision to say, I'm strong enough to say, I lost this group, these friends, this family, because I still stood on sound truth than what the masses were doing.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is. Luke. Sorry guys. I see Deb. I've seen a lot of people come in here. Trish, I see you guys. I appreciate you being here. I'm not going to ignore anybody, but yeah, Luke 12:51 keep plus is where you keep reading. Yes, that do not do that. That's a double-sided respect thing. Absolutely.
10:30.
Oh, I didn't see Florida Man had put it up here as well. Yes. And if you got to write that down, I'm big about writing scripture down for reminders in your face and having it right there and having things or quick grabs and having that. You that needs to be your reminder. And also Matthew 10, 34. Yeah. Write them down. Those times are coming. And if you have to, and if people, I've had it all the time. And again, I don't care. People, friends, family, groups. Well, oh, you're nuts, you're crazy, you're this, that, the other. Okay, well, I'm in God's word, so your argument isn't with me. Your argument's with God. Go get in His word and talk to Him about it. Just same thing. Before even Paula White, here we go. Step on some toes. Okay, you gotta get your steel-toed shoes on to come over here. Paula White from the very get-go. Look, he's like, I'm not part of this. The very get-go, before he assigned Paula White to anything, reading about women are not to be preachers and pastors. Okay, that's against God's thing. So for him to pick even that, there's this deception and there's this reach of groups they try to do. And I don't care how many books they wrote, and they, everything crap rolled in sugar is still crap. And and we're seeing that, and you have to take that apart. That doesn't mean you have to be hateful and go attack people. Just in your mind say, I'm not going to participate in that. I'm not going to sit underneath this and listen to it. That's going to give them more. And then people, my opinion, a lot with the AI and say the sermons and different things you can get online. And you watch videos, and it could be AI videos, and it shows all these, whimsical pictures and videos and all that stuff. And they're supposed to be reading scripture or giving biblical things. And I'm like, what better way to deception? Because how many people have left the church because of how much the church has changed? And I'm talking about going to physical churches. It's become so new age woke and welcome. They've gone against things. And so that's ushered in online just in time when people are like, I do these things online. You just, again, the discernment of what you're listening to, who you're sitting under.
Yeah. You're right, Watchman. You're right. But look, Watchman, times are changing, bro. The times are changing. Seriously. He's talking about, people going to listen, do the speech. Then you can't wait to leave and go eat and do. Bro, look, times are going to be so crazy that the only thing that will make sense will be the word of God. That's how crazy it's going to be.
In the beginning, you better hold. And look, if you think, and if one more person, I'm just in a whole mood about this, tells me that, look, Josh about to lose it, y'all.
I'm chilling.
It's like, that would never happen in America. They'll never do that here. And everything. God told us, you better hide my word in your heart, because there's going to come a day, if you think in America they are not going to round up, attack, or go after Christians or the Bible, you have lost your mind. Yeah. It's coming. And you better hide them in some catches somewhere, bury them. You better memorize things or something, because they have to, just like everything that they have to crash systems to bring in their new agendas and their new whatever they're going to implement. Fill it in the blank. It's the same thing you're seeing that. It's the same thing they're doing on a spiritual level.
Yes. Yeah. There's so much. There's so much. The spiritual tools for 2026. Seriously, we'll probably said a couple times. Discernment. What you got, Casey? Morality. Fam, throw it in the comments, because I'm gonna write it down. Throw it in. Miss Sharon, Watchman, throw in some other spiritual tools that we need to be strengthening and sharpening for 2026. Compassion. Look. I'm gonna get some hate for this one, fam. Hey, compassion to me sounds weak and dangerous.
Yeah, I can understand why that would be, because it's like, no matter what, show compassion. How much do we hear that in society?
Yeah,
I guess I always go with humanity.
Okay.
And maybe that's just the way my mind works. Maybe that's just the way I interpret things and my mind works. And I'm not saying that's right. But my thing against the beginning about humanity is even in Christ's time, I have to go back to that, because that is our foundation of how we're supposed to be, Christ-like. And how many times did you have to say, well, this is my country, this is XYZ. Guess there's evil, dangerous that needed to be removed. Don't get on that horse with me. But the evil I have seen come from that people have gone to this tipping point of no humanity for humankind. What a situation is utterly disgusting to me.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Discernment is always going to, yeah, I see people, is, that's right, Miss Sharon. And I think that's the difference because I feel like, and maybe it's just the wording is it one of the things that I know what you're saying.
That's it.
Because you're like, well, it was a sad story and they looked really bad off. And what do I do? And that's that discernment. And,
Casey,
it is different.
If somebody's getting stoned to death, somebody's getting stoned to death, right? And there's a crowd of people, and like the people, everybody's like, yeah, let's do it. The compassion in me, I'm not gonna lie to you. That's why I said it sounds dangerous. The compassion in me is gonna make me leave that group of 100 people and go and defend that woman. It sounds dangerous.
Well, if you're in that situation, you as a huge group doing something like that, you as one person, where they're going to take you out to. There's that thing of being smart and absolutely praying for that individual. And I don't care who it is. I could hear I could hear a celebrity died on the internet. And my first thing was, I wonder if they were saved. Something like that. I think that is the biggest compassion, safe compassion we can show for somebody. Lord, I pray that at the last moment, if they were not saved, they called out to you. In my opinion. Now the humanity of let me go around like some brown shirts and just point out fingers and throw people up on a bus that are innocent and trying to be safe. There's no humanity in that.
Gotcha.
Now, if it's an evil person, evil group that were unloaded here to do evil, it's totally different. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look back at history. Look back at history of, is this person meant to do harm and going to destroy things, or am I jumping on this agenda to go after? Where's your humanity to do something like that?
Man, where is humanity? We wouldn't have a whole lot of these problems if people just use a little bit more humanity, some compassion. We really wouldn't. But we are headed for the war of wars. We're headed for the one world gov. We're headed for all this. Casey, does it have to happen like this? Is that what it is? Because it's written.
Yeah.
Sharon.
It's written. Nothing's going to change that. And I guess, that thing is like, man, that's so messed up. This is so sad. This makes me angry. We're human. Give yourself grace. We're human. I hear these things and I feel the same way. And I'm like, I wanted a different world for something. But then at the end time, if you were of faith, you'd be like, oh, we're closer and closer to being up out of this nonsense.
Gotcha.
And it has to come to pass. I mean, Christ himself asked his Father, it was God, is there any other way? Lord, remove this cup from me. Is there anything else? I'm so scared. I'm sweating blood. Is there any other way? But then at the end of it, he said, your will, not mine.
Yeah. Okay.
I think we have to have that strength to be able to do that.
Yeah. I don't want
None of us are getting
hard.
out of here alive. So you're either going to go out righteously with Christ, or you're going to go out in the darkness. Yeah.
I don't like things to be hard, Casey. I like for things to be smooth, with a slight progression. You know what I'm saying? A raise every 6 months. A slight progression.
You're living in La La Land. You're living in La La Land. What are you talking about? Has your life ever been like that? My life's never been like that.
Hey, I know the Dollar Tree is now the $2 tree.
I know that's right. Yeah. And go ahead.
No, you got it. I was laughing.
No, I mean, and then all these the spiritual side. We're talking about things, and that is why they're going to make physical aspects of us surviving, being comfortable, being okay, as difficult as they possibly can.
Yeah. That
is what that part is. Because if I squeeze you just enough, then you're going to say, okay, just when's the bus coming? I'll get on it. Okay, what dotted line do I need to sign my soul to? Where do I need to line up to go take my chip? I mean, they know that because when you're hungry, your children are hungry, you're sick, no help's coming. People are more likely to fold.
Get on the bus.
No.
Yeah.
But, and with all that type of stuff, And talking what we were just talking about the humanity and people who are here, and the biometric system they have set in place that has already started. It'll start in January. The entry and exit. If you want to even leave here, the entry and exit of the U.S. It's not just the fingerprint scan. It's the retina scans and all that type of stuff. Everybody will be doing that. With that said, they said that these you get eye exams, when you get your scans done, they've been collecting all that data on everyone for their retina scan.
Yeah, I told you about mine.
Yeah, go ahead and tell them, because you didn't tell them. Yeah, hey, yeah.
Look, and it's these glasses. It's like these glasses that work perfectly fine. So I needed to upgrade my prescription because it was getting blurry. And I went to some place, and like I was like, I just want the eye exam. I'm gonna order my glasses online. I just need the prescription. They're like, okay, fine. They're like, I think with glasses and an eye exam was gonna be like $215. I was like, no, I just need the exam. She's like, okay. So I went into this room, and look, I went into this room, and it was all the equipment, but it was a big TV like monitor, like 55 and 60 inch. And this dude from the Philippines was talking to me. He's like, hello, Mr. Hickman, can you hear me clearly? I'm like, yeah. He's like, I'm such and such, such and such. I'll be doing your exam. And he literally just talked me through it. And they would put these things in front of me. Fam. I was like, this is really weird. I've never. But then I get out, and the girl's like, I was like, I can't afford $215. But I just want she's like, no, you're fine. There's a special program. You'll get everything for $75. The glasses, the exam. I'm like, no, wait. I'm like, look, I'm not paying $215. She's like, no, it's $75 for everything. I'm like, how is that possible? Fam, if they were not collecting my scans, I don't know what to tell you, because
look, and the thing is, I'm gonna come with this, a Huckleberry, exactly. And the thing is, when they start making things like these amazing deals, look at the arm poke for free. So different, they're gonna do these things along the way, and people are like, this is a fantastic deal. Oh, you can get it for free. Everybody go get their eye exams. I'm not saying don't go to the eye doctor. Calm it down. But they're going to say, everybody go do that now, because they're offering this for free. They're offering this at such a discount, different thing. Anything you see like that is too good to be true. You better daggone believe they're collecting data. Remember how when things came out and they would be, I don't remember what it was, and it was on like phone things, and it'd be like, press your finger or thumb up here, and they would scan it, and it would do like some game like thing. They collected everybody's fingerprints. And then when everybody was like getting on they'll do those filters for like Snapchat and all those different things.
Yeah.
Facial recognition. They set those in place, and they put it out like, it's cutesy and it's fun and everybody all on board and stuff. That stuff has been going on. A lot of what we know about the 23andMe thing is they collected all that DNA data. They did stuff and they sold it, and all they did was do bioweapon stuff from that. Along the way, there's so many different things they do. And that is that paranoid thing of like, I can't trust anything. I know. Again, you pray for that heads of protection, but we talk about AI talking over the jobs. At the AI eye exams, everything will be done. Doctor stuff, it'll get to the point that you don't see a human. Everything will be that. And if it's done with AI, everything is automatically into a system. A human doesn't have to enter. Like when I was in nursing, we still did paper charts. We wrote charts.
Oh yeah.
We took report. We wrote our, it wasn't even innocent. Right at the end is when it started going, and we had the little, computer things. We had to go walk in and type up things, which was a huge pain. But it's been this long time in the making to get to where we are. And now that we're at that tipping point, I think it's going to go very rapidly.
What is Miss Shane talking about? She's like,
you should do that.
Gotcha.
You just smile. Yeah. But so the biometric thing with that, I am going to touch on some of these things. And the other thing, I had sent you a link. I sent a couple people. I should probably put some of these up, but whatever. Well, T-Man just came out and made that statement. And it isn't me. He made this statement. Go look it up. YouTube and Google and all that. He had stated that all broadcast license should be terminated if the networks are are all negative about or against him and his plans. So don't talk to me about when I am controlling. You can have whatever opinion and difference of opinion, whether we agree with it or not, even if it's somebody's completely against the type of stuff we're trying to warn and save people up. That is your free will choice, and you need to be able to have that.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. You can agree to disagree with people and still show humanity and be kind. But that whole taken away, and when I said that they're going to strip things away, Christians, biblically, all that type of stuff, it's going to be, it's that slippery slope that they keep tucking more and more underneath that. Well, now you can't say anything bad against him or his plans or anything like that, or we're going to take these license. I mean, 1984, Oh my God. It's all playing out, and it's only going to continue to get worse. Nobody's going to come in and change it when, in 2-3 years and midterm. No, stop wasting your mindset on that. Just do what you need to be focused. What you need to be focused on.
We need to talk about that a little bit.
Okay.
Can I say this? So to the fam, because there were a couple of people in who were like, "Yeah, I used to be a Trump supporter." Mm-hmm. Fam, I feel you. I understand. Seriously. So I had to really think about this on like a biblical level, and to be honest with you, it's not even so much T-Man. Anyone that is placed in
it's both sides.
Yes,
it's that two-headed snake, double-sided coin.
Yes, if it would have been Kamala, look, it would have been almost. It would have looked a little different, but it would have been the same agenda.
The rollout's different. Everyone's got their own style, personality rollout.
Yes,
the part that they're going to play, the side that they're going to reach for, which side of the division that they're causing, is going to be different. But the end game, the agenda, is all the same. They're all bold. They all sold their souls. They're all part of the big machine. Everything like that. Sorry to tell you.
It has to be because of the time period that we're in. Anyone who steps, look, fam, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what 2026. I don't know what 2028. I don't know what any of that's gonna look like as far as wars and people that are placed in power. But one thing I can tell you is that anyone, whether it's Vance, anyone that is placed into that seat past this point, they're going to have the exact same agenda. It's already been written, fam.
Yeah, nobody's going to change what's going to come to pass. Yeah. And I think that's what my thing is. So many are just waiting on, in 4 years, it's going to be different. In 4 years, it's going to be different. And I'm like, you have wasted so many 4 years on waiting for somebody to save you. And they've all been playing you, everyone, masses, for a fool, just to line it up. And I mean, again, whichever side they are on, they sugarcoat what they're saying to fit your emotion about things. And that's why I talk about it's not being on emotions and the masses and being politically correct and being all this, right is right and wrong is wrong. I don't care how honey is dripping from their mouth when they say it. It is,
Can we talk about that?
Yeah, talk about whatever you want. I don't care.
The emotional aspect of what we're going through and how like logic is no longer being used. Common sense is no longer being used. It is all emotions. This is how I feel. This is what I want. This is what I need. This is what I'm supposed to have. This is how it is supposed to be. But it's
convenient. Not. Instant gratification. They feed that beast. And look at Klaus. It has created nothing but a weak society. Truly. Our ancestors would be turning over in their graves. I mean, they're just like, are you kidding me right now with this?
Yeah. Look, I can almost see it. If you go back and just look at older videos like the 70s, the 80s, it was common sense. Either it worked or it didn't work. There ain't no sense in playing with it if it don't. Either it's going to do what it's supposed to do or it's not. Throw it out. But now, I don't know if it's the dopamine hits from scrolling. The fact that human beings now are never happy because you just scroll to the next one until this one makes you happier than the last one. Laughing, joking, the AI video. It's the base, the foundation is almost gone now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's all emotional now, and it's driving me crazy. Like I feel like things are gonna get better, and I'm like, have you seen the economy? Do you know how many jobs we've lost? Do you know how many jobs are not coming back?
Negative. That's not being like, well, you're just being negative and you just want to be no, I'm just a realist about stuff. I
Yeah.
can't. I mean, you know, I'll be at the grocery store and like just taking a picture and showing it to Josh. I'm like, look how much expensive this red meat is. Are you kidding me? This is chuck hamburger meat. This is ridiculous. But I mean, that isn't the truth. And y'all saw the tariffs about the pasta. Pasta of all things. Pasta is a staple survival thing that people prep for. 107% tariff on pasta. T-Man's put on.
Yeah.
Does that make any sense to you about stuff? Really?
Yeah.
But you know, you talk about that common sense and everything, and everybody wants that feel good. Nobody wants to do anything hard. Nobody wants to wait for anything. Nobody wants to work for anything. Nobody wants to sit down and take their turn. And you know, it probably started when everybody got a participation trophy. Don't get me started on that. You know, nobody could handle anything. Weak.
Yeah. Common sense is gone.
It is.
Look,
you dumb down the society. Dumb down society. No common sense. I mean, how many people they cannot execute anything? I'm dumbfounded by the amount of people that I just can't. I'm like, how do you even put your own pants on? What are you talking about? You don't know how to do any of this.
Seriously,
not even difficult stuff. I'm not talking about you had to go to like training for anything. Just common sense.
The participation award, just like you just said. Like, okay, so you didn't win. Look. We're gonna practice harder. We're gonna work harder. We're gonna be stronger.
You need to earn this. Here's your motivation.
Yes.
Here's your motivation to do better about something. Grades.
Yeah.
You know, they got rid of. We can't let anybody have failing grades. We got to lower all the standards for everything. Well, why bother with anything?
Yeah, it's okay. Everybody gets an award. There is no need to achieve success if everybody gets. You don't have to work hard. You don't have to be.
It's handed to you. I want everything handed to me, and that's why people don't know how to do anything. People do not know how to cope with life. Didn't work out the very first time I did something. Well, okay, and then they just the very first time I did something I didn't work out. I'm gonna throw a fit. Somebody I deserve this. Nobody deserves anything. None of us deserve anything.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And life is hard. But and those are, people in life, and there's some people who just have an easy street their whole life. Good for you. And then the ones who have had it harder and not had things handed to them or anything, how are you going to appreciate anything if you've never had hard times?
I know. No Child Left Behind. Stop it.
Yeah. That.
Seriously, that's where we're at right now. There is a legitimate disconnect. Now look, there are some parents, some parents that have instilled these vehicles, these fundamentals, these values into their kids.
Yeah.
But there's a whole lot who are absolutely lost, and life is just too hard.
And that's why you got to protect your kids from other kids because their parents are idiots. Because I'm old school. My kids have been raised to do different, learn different. And the thing is, if I don't, I have failed as their parent because I'm not going to be here forever, and they need to know how to survive and take care of themselves and their own.
That's it.
And they have to. And
wait, so are you an enabler? I'm just curious. How much do you enable?
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
I love it. I love it, Casey.
No, I do not. I love
it.
I'm not feeding that beast. I don't. And there is a thing about tough. And now, don't get me wrong. I adore my kids, and I will go straight to prison and hang myself if it came to my kids, and I just would. And they wouldn't even have to do it before I'd be like, okay, well, yeah, I did it. I did it.
Yeah, that's it.
Because I will not play at all when it comes to my family. But I was always tough on them because I needed to be tough on them before the world led them astray or the world was tough on them in a negative impact. And so, that's just how I was. I always have been with them. And, we have grown children and then, and down.
Yeah.
And that's how I am. Because I'm not, I think somebody said it back. I don't know who said it. I'm sorry if I missed it. But this whole thing about and now don't get me wrong. There is this thing about still respecting this whole thing of this dominance. I think Ms. Sharon said this earlier also. You got to respect your children too, because they're not you. They should be their individual, self. This isn't a parenting video, but anyways,
kind
of.
I mean,
but a lot of it does start with, I'm not trying to be your friend first.
Okay.
I'm not your friend.
Yeah.
I'm your parent. And it is my duty, biblically stance of what I'm supposed to instill in you because I want you to be a productive citizen. I want you to be
Gotcha.
a good person. I want you to be able to survive on your
Yes.
own and do things.
Yeah,
And
that's
every child's
gonna.
different in their personality, and you still have to let them be
Mhm.
them because God still made them in the image of His eye, and all of us are individually. We're not cookie cutters. That goes there, but no, I do not.
Yeah.
I do. You know, like I've said before. I mean, we have a special needs child.
Mm.
That is not a free ticket. There's a difference when you have, like, say, there's a special need child or adult. There's a difference than one who is not. But that's not a free pass
Yeah.
either to do certain things. It's just the way you handle that is just. It's
How do you
just,
know all this stuff, Casey? How do
I
you
don't
know
know. I
all
have a
this
whole bunch
stuff?
of kids. I don't know. My grandmother.
Yeah.
Yeah, and none of us are perfect. And give yourself grace. I mean, truly, even as a parent, this is this is your we're learning
Yeah.
as we go too, and we make mistakes.
Yeah.
But and I think that's leaning on God a lot for things. And
Gotcha.
I don't know. I just think that yeah. Let me see what people are saying.
Let me go to the comments.
Man, I really haven't been in these comments. I'm so sorry. I tell the kids I'm not your friend. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and my kids would be like, and probably honestly, Huckmer and I both say, and even my children, especially I have grown children and stuff also. They're like, I didn't fit in with my peers, and I thought, oh, thank God, but
Yeah.
they didn't because they were raised more old school and they were old souls themselves because
Yes.
we're not raised like the majority of society. Now, I'm not saying
Yes.
mine the only one like that because they're not, and I have other people and children. They've but that is what keeps your circle.
Yeah.
It's small.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to be comfortable with that and you're a lot better off because they don't fit in with the masses of but I don't either.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
2026. Hey, fam, look, since we got all y'all in the house, like what's your predictions for 2026? Just throw it in the comments. Everybody, come on, you can all tap in. What do you think? Chaos, a slow progressive decline. You think things might actually get better? You think we have some time? I'm just curious. Come on, let's tap in. Talk about it.
Put it in there. I'm interested to see.
Compassion's gonna get me in trouble, fam. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna have to really. All right, so I got this thing now. You know what I'm saying? I got this thing, and I had to develop it over years, like thick skin. Like, oh, it's okay. God will take care of it. Don't worry. You'll be all right. God's got you. But then, I mean, so okay. In a situation like that, right, where I know I probably really can't. That's a stupid question. Where I know I can't affect the outcome of the situation, as far as trying to use compassion. How do you apply it? Like, if you, I guess just pray for people. Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. I will do. my own. I'm with you. That works too. Sharon, that works too. Yeah.
I got to go back up here. I'm missing stuff.
That works. That'll keep you out of trouble.
I mean, I see a lot with the different things. I mean, we talk about going to the grocery store and stuff all the time, but that's always where it's going to hit you with things.
Yeah.
People are hungry and things.
Marathon year. I agree. I'm waiting for Venezuela to pop up. Yeah. Preparing for the worst.
It's all downhill from here. I mean, you got to think how fast 4 years goes, and they have absolute concrete. Nothing is going to change their thing for 2030. So even though so much is still going on and happening, they got a lot to do by 2030.
Yeah. Casey, just think about how much has happened in this 1 year.
I know.
1
we
year.
Talk about that.
This fam, 1 year. We had National Guards being deployed. What Casey? What all have we? This has been a wild year. We're ending this year off with possible war with Venezuela, and we're seizing oil cargo tankers. We strike Nigeria. What else? We need Greenland again. We're trying to annex. like this is, it's only been one. What else has happened in this year, fam? Come on, there's been so much. Y'all tap in.
There has been so much, and I think, but again,
Yeah.
we say it all the time, and we talk about the distractions. Let's just say things I cannot say on here of a certain person, and let's just call them the group of people is the biggest distraction they're using. They're all on it. All of them, everywhere. Hollywood, music, politicians, everyone. They're all on it. That is, wow, that is horrific. Let me go in and tell y'all, ain't nothing going to happen to nobody because the whole thing, everything would collapse. Who's going to prosecute any of it because it's everything.
Yeah.
But that is a huge distraction because go back to what we were saying, it inflicts, myself guilty of that all the time, it inflicts so much emotion out of people. You will be consumed with that, and then they're sweeping things up underneath the rug really quickly while everybody is, gritting their teeth over this situation. And as horrific as that is, truly all we can do is pray for that situation, and God will have his just on all of that. There's nothing that's going to change or come or fix any of that.
For me, it's pulling back the veil. We talked about like the veil being lifted.
Yep.
It pulls it back because, Casey, there's so many other locations aside from the one that they've got everybody focusing on locations. There are so many, Arizona, California, around the globe that are bigger, that have been visited way more times than that one place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about any of that. It is some form of a distraction. It is. It pulled back the veil. Chris, who was it? Chris Tucker? Smokey.
All of them.
Friday.
Yeah. Look, I will tell you something. They did not, if there's somebody in that industry, in all those industries, or political level, they did not get to that level without signing their soul over to the devil and being part of that thing, because that was their ultimate control of power over them. And that is what it is. Yeah. And again, why all these false idols, all these celebrities, all these politicians that people want to talk about false idols. Well, false idols are of Satan. Let's just, let's break it down. Hey, Prepper Book Club. Everybody's coming here. I've missed.
What up? Yeah.
It's ridiculous. And again, before we get off, don't forget, I'm going to give those verses because you're going to need them at the end times about everything. But that's a huge distraction. And we've been saying it for so long. Everything's going to happen at once because it's overwhelming. It causes chaos. It causes fear, and people fall in line, and that's just what's going to come. But they have to crash everything before they. I mean, they're slowly but surely they're just removing cash in the currency system as we know it.
What is it? The Red Dragon said they're not exporting silver, something like that.
Yeah, they're not going. Yeah, they're not doing that. And what was the thing that this was, gosh, I wish I would have wrote some notes down from it, but it was an article and it said those who are like, everything's done in crypto. If something happens and collapses, they're going to help them. They're going to be safe first before the Great Britain and everything. If you have money in the bank, it's going to be, well, sorry, that's your loss.
See,
they were going to protect all of them first who were invested in that.
That'll make a lot of people get on the bus. Get on the train.
Of course it will. Oh my God, the fear factor of that. And then, people, and this is just my opinion. I know this is going to rival up some people, and I'm sorry, but that's just kind of what I do. All this thing about, I know people are going to be so mad, buying gold and silver.
Oh, yeah.
The world, okay, precious, let's say diamonds, gold, everything like that. It's of the earth naturally from different things. Man put a price on, this is precious. This is precious metal. This is precious stones. This is all this other stuff. Man created that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just, what's the difference between that and lime rock or something outside, right? Or flint rocks or something. If everything crashes and people think, oh, well, I'm going to have this, I'll get to that in a minute. if that's a man put on that, what the value is of it, and everything
Yes.
is on the crypto, that will be worth nothing more than a handful of clay, in my opinion.
Seriously. Yeah.
It won't be worth that because they're not going back. And people are like, when the system comes back, I'll be the bad guy. The system's not coming back up. We're not going to
Yeah.
go through this time period and everything's going to go back to what it's not. How many times we talk about the resets? We talked about that. We talked about the architecture and the advancement that used to be on them. Like, why can't we do any of that stuff today? Because it was a reset.
Yeah.
And it never went back.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to get back. We're going through another reset. It's not going to happen. And so now you do what you want to do. So, your argument, whatever, as far as gold and silver, whatever you want to, and we have some, but I don't see the value in that when that was created. And it's like, well, nothing's done by that. What is that worth for half a cow so I can have some meat or something like that for my family? What is that when, and everything is going to end up being digital?
Yeah. Literally, they could label anything currency, whatever only they can control, and they can label it currency. Yeah. But look, again, the Bible tells people do not hold on to physical things. Do not cherish physical things.
It'll hurt your hand when it has to be pried out. It's just what it is. We're not taking any of it with us. I think that's a big thing. There were some, I don't know. We're just in that downward spiral of what's coming. It has to come to pass, guys. If you accept the fact that it has to come to pass, nothing's going to, your mindset won't be as fearful of this has to happen.
Because there's a pathway.
You can't eat any of that. I would rather put it in a different type of stock, or if you're making, on your land, whatever the situation is for survival.
Yeah. The crazy part is about the metals, though, is initially people are still going to kill for that. People are still going to, you know what I'm saying? Like this.
Well, because that has been instilled in people for how long? Because
you're good.
It's been instilled in people, but again, that's still another psyop on people. It's from the earth. What man is the one that put a value on that?
Casey, look, when we get EMP'd and there's no electricity or transformers or anything, you're still gonna have people trying to steal televisions out of the Best Buy to bring home for hopefully when the power comes. People are crazy. People are just crazy. You're gonna still have people trying to steal the things that they can't even use anymore. Yeah.
Well, that's what I think. I mean, look, when we see things different collapse, and we say, "Well, we're gonna still people running out. What they're gonna loot areas and be having TVs and stuff." I'm like,
yeah.
And it's that whole mindset of it's just, I don't know.
It's the programming. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my colloidal silver and that. Yeah, making my. Oh, I said the bad word. Anyways, this whole thing's gonna take time.
I didn't do it.
I did it to myself. See y'all in 2 weeks. Anyways. But enduring to the end. I want to make sure y'all get we don't have to quit, but I want to give you these verses. Matthew 24:13, because we talk about these hard times and endurance, and the pressure is going to come down really hard on us different ways as we get to it. But Matthew 24:13, but he who endures to the end shall be saved. So simple, but again, holding on to that to the end. Revelation 2:10, be faithful until death, and I will give you the crown of life. And I think that's the thing is about not, so many people are like, you're building your riches, you're building your stuff on this earth instead of a ladder, because none of us are gonna get out of here alive anyways.
That's right.
Let's see. Ephesians 6:10-11. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God, which we should be doing every day. Read what the whole armor of God is and pray that over yourself. Any area of your armor that's weakened, you need to pray and fix that. That you may be able to stand the wiles of the devil, because that's going to get more and more. And he knows how to, him, as in all the minions he uses in the system as well, they know how to break it. They know how to break you down and do all that.
AI is that tool.
Exactly. And I got one more, which is Isaiah 41:10. Fear not, because that is how they control people, is through fear. For I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. Yes, I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Again, if you have to write those things down and you're in those situations where you're fearful and you're just like, because we're in our flesh, we're human, give yourself grace. And you're, you know, I'm getting squirrel over here in chat, but you're going to have to repeat those things, even if it's just to comfort yourself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the fam. That's the fam in the building. Yeah.
Yeah.
2026. We are in the mix, fam.
Just buckle up and you got to roll with it. Keep, you try to stay ahead, and, you're going to have to be able to be, adjust to the things that are coming, and constantly, you kind of recalibrate just to get where you need to be, but your foundation has to always be solid.
Yeah, yeah. For me, I know there's going to be this one moment, and I know that there's going to be this one moment where I'm going to have one decision, and it's either going to be left or right, and that's going to be it for me.
Well, I think we're all going to come to that point where we're in that fork in the road, and it's like, okay, God. And I'm like, you better pick me up and turn me which way you want me to go, because I do not want to falter in any of that.
Would be nice.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to put my head down and fight and kick rocks and slowly walk in the direction that I know I don't want to go into, but it's the one that I know I'm
telling you right now, it is never the easy path. Write that down. Y'all jot it down. It's never, if it looks like, man, this looks like a pretty good trail over this.
Why?
This is so easy. It's not. Be like, go ahead and go the other way.
Yeah. Come on, man. Why? Yeah.
Now, right. I may do us right, but I'm gonna. Yeah. I'm gonna fuss and kick the dirt maybe the whole way down, but I'm gonna be like, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's.
And at the end, he told his disciples, "He said, you're going to be prosecuted. They're going to kill you. They're going to prosecute. They'll come after you for my name's sake, and you have to be willing to take that on, because your eternity, one way or the other, is what it's going to be. Satan don't mess with people he has, and Satan don't mess with people who are doing his dirty work.
That's true. That's true. They're going to be thriving and succeeding.
Yes, it's going to look like that, but it's temporary. But
yes,
and it's going to look like that. And you're like, they got it so easy. They're not over here starving, like going out having to pick, berries and scavenge for food and survival and get mad. They're not going to do all that. Well,
haven't had a bath.
One day that door's going to slam shut, and
they're
going to wish they suffered here. They're going to wish they suffered here so they didn't suffer for eternity. That's all I got to say.
That's very true. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good fight to fight.
That's right.
It is. Maybe that's what this is all about.
I'm sure.
Fight the good fight.
The final test of all of us.
What if, Casey? So look. It's these moments where I get excited. So what if, you know what I'm saying? Everybody else that's not fighting the fight is succeeding. They're rich, Bentleys, big houses, big food. And we're like super struggling, like, hair's crazy, haven't taken a bath in a week, we're starving, and then boom, it happens.
Yeah.
And then when it happens, like on the other side, we're like this, like glorified, super powerful, glimmering, shining, being,
no
and then
worry,
everybody else,
no fear,
like,
no hunger, no illness, no struggle. Yeah.
Seriously. And then it's eternity at that. And everybody else is like, man, they tricked us.
And they're going to wish they had a sip of water forever.
Yeah. See?
Why would you risk that for something so temporary? This is about a blink. Our time, you could live to be 100. And I have relatives that lived way into their hundreds. I have a lot of relatives that have longevity, like big time on my side. But that is like still a blink.
Yeah. All right. That's motivation for me. That's motivation. I appreciate you guys. That is motivation.
Yeah, it is that's so simple. It says it, but it is truly keep fighting that good fight. Fight the good fight. Don't take the easy road. Don't go get your participation easy trophy and food and comfort or whatever, because it makes you soft and weak, and then it's just gonna be ridiculous.
Hey, do you
Don't
think we're
do it.
special? Do you think
Do what?
do you think not special, but do you think we got something that like the average person don't have? Either it's spiritual, is it just a way of thinking? Is it just being open-minded and trying to
Yeah.
see things from a moral standpoint?
I think
I
if you're
just
grounded in Christ, I think if you're grounded truly in Christ and His Word, and you have that, I know that I know that I know, and
yeah,
I try, and we're all going to falter and fall. Don't get me wrong, I do every day. That's not what I'm saying. Is I don't think we view things the same as the rest of the people who are not
yeah,
grounded in it. I do not. I mean, how many times have I said, I'm like, I feel alienated. I feel like an alien foreign stuff in
yeah.
massive society, which I'm okay with. But I
Mhm.
see that difference on, like, y'all aren't seeing this.
Gotcha.
You're not feeling this.
Yeah,
I do, but I think that's the Holy Spirit and that divine
yeah,
intervention and type of stuff of things.
gotcha. Yeah. Hey, the Watchmen's wild. I'm like, wait, is he really? Did something happen? Do I need to go watch? Did we strike Venezuela?
Yeah, I won't be doing that, but you do what's good for you.
Yeah. Oh
And
man.
I'll catch highlights and be like, okay, what's the damage report of what he's done now? But anyways,
Yeah. Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
I would take my time on not watching that, and I will go read God's word or pray about something or go do something for my homestead and get ready.
I'm still gonna go check after this live stream though. Just saying.
This
I
meant nothing to you.
I didn't know what blew up. I didn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
No, I hear you.
I appreciate you guys truly. We haven't been up here in a long time.
That's
But
fine. It's
keep
good to
doing
see
the
y'all.
things. Stay grounded.
Yeah.
And nothing about, and we gotta say this, and we've said this before about, being faith, God's word, everything, and none of it has to be difficult. Man makes it difficult.
That's true.
Just it doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
Childlike faith. Go back to that.
Okay.
I can't see it, Lord. I don't understand it. Doesn't make sense to me. But you know what? Like a child, I trust you. I trust you, Father, because you know what's best. You're going to protect me. You're going to provide for me. You're going to take care of me. Childlike faith.
Yeah.
We want to make too much sense of stuff as adults. Well, hey, I need some proof, and this doesn't add up. There's no possible way this can happen. Oh, nothing's impossible for God.
Yeah.
Childlike faith.
Hey, I'm getting my proof. I'm legitimately getting my proof. This is everything that the Bible says is coming to pass. It is coming to pass.
No surprises, right?
Yeah, my proof is there. I don't really need anything else. Like AI, come on, man. Mark of the beast. The one world you won't be able to buy it. It's all coming to fruition. Yeah.
Absolutely. Don't be surprised. You'll be surprised by any of it. I think I'm more surprised on the fact that how many people are falling into that system that I thought were grounded and where they were.
Yes.
That is what's more surprising to me. Because there's people like, I don't even recognize you. Are you kidding me right now?
Mm-hmm.
But they're that fallen away, and that to me is another proof of the end times, because that fallen away, that people will be deceived.
Yeah,
that's going to happen.
Yeah. Then too, for me, like, I'm not gonna lie to you. At this point in the game, I'm not even too impressed with anything that kind of happens in the physical.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoy life and love and the good stuff, but I know that there has to be more. I know that there has to be more than this. So my spirit just tells me that there's so much more.
Of course, and in the end times, while we're still waiting out our time to get up out of here, I think that you have to go back to that simplicity of life.
Yes. Yeah.
It's just different. I'm telling you right now, the simplicity of things in life and appreciation and your focus being different it makes this transition period to we're out of here so much easier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does.
All right, we're out of here. Y'all have a happy New Year if I'm not back up here. I know Josh will be, but
there's no telling.
There's
no telling what I'm Yeah.
But I appreciate all of you. I love all you guys. I'm praying for you constantly. And we got this. Don't be fearful. Seriously, don't.
Come on, let's go through real quick. Casey. Let's go
Okay.
through real quick. We got Deb Woods. Happy New Year's. DCR Wildlife. Coffee.
Robin,
you know what it is.
Coffee,
Miss Sharon.
Miss Sharon,
Love you, fam.
Florida Man.
Robin.
Yeah, all the people in here. TT1.
Yep. Shannon.
Dusty. I'm scanning up here. I've been terrible about comments today, guys. Sandra, I appreciate you. Yardbirds, it's always a goofball. I appreciate seeing you. Jocelyn Stalker's in here.
That's
the Watchmen, all of you. DCR Wildlife.
Yeah.
All of you.
Appreciate y'all.
If I miss
Happy
you,
New Year.
Club. Truly, I appreciate all of you guys.
Yeah.
Y'all stay safe. All right.
Yeah.
Bye, guys. Y'all be blessed.